she understands, grew up in a Jewish neighborhood, and her wife is Jewish.
Oh, yeah, I did know she was married, and that was one reason why she had taken the time off originally when she left for a little while.
So, let's see. Joanne, hi there. Would you like to do the candle blessing?
Margaret, we haven't seen you in so long. And we have some thing here sugar-free. We have pound cake that's sugar-free. Don't you eat sugar-free? You don't eat
next bar mitzvah.
Oh, okay.
Are you available? You available? Coordinate? You are the best.
We'll get Stacy.
Thank you.
Well, I have
Thank
some
you.
other things besides that regarding.
Okay, 1 second, they're not quite. Everybody.
It's all dressed up.
We're gonna do a candle light.
Okay.
I need to go.
Let's see. Oh. Hello? Yes, now I'm gonna just leave you on, okay?
I know you're gonna come over here.
Excellent.
Who's on?
This is Jodessa Bayer on here. Jodessa Bayer called and she wanted me to have my phone open so she could hear the service.
How lovely. Oh, we don't have.
So that's why I have my phone. Mostly I wouldn't have my phone, but since Jodessa wants to be involved.
That's very sweet.
We miss Jodessa.
Can she hear you okay?
Jodessa, can you answer me? Can you hear me okay?
Right in the left of the
And Margaret, we miss her Margaret. That would be another Margaret. We would have
press them,
three.
press them.
If Margaret Band came. Jodessa's sisters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bavakasha, everybody. Shabbat shalom.
See that?
Hi, I'm saying hi to you. And, okay, Joanne is one of the teachers in our school, and she's going to lead us in the candle blessing, which is found on page 120, if you care to look.
Thank you, reminded me.
It's already open.
I'm good. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'halakenu shal Shabbat.
Whatever's easiest for you.
Amen.
Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Rabbi, do you want to sing it?
Okay, why not?
It's up to you.
And we continue with Lecha Dodi, page 138. Which one would you like to do?
Maybe the old one?
Let's do it. probably are about 1,000 different versions of this song. All the same words, of course, but different tunes. So it's nice to change around, I think. Is that good for the congregation? You like that? Excellent, okay. Okay. So we continue on page 142. Not yet. 142 with Shalom Aleichem. Oh, yeah. And everybody has their little extra page, so we can include our English verses. What happened? What happened?
We took Bambi out, now they're coming back, I guess.
Oh,
Rocky was out.
okay. Everything all right, everybody? Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, V'melech Malachei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, and to all our friends as well. Welcome, angels on high. Come and join us at our Shabbat table. Share our cup of joy. Come join our singing, let your spirit soar with us. Together we will rise tonight. When we gather, fellowship and joy abound. Love is fulfilling our hearts. Do we have a person who's doing announcements tonight? Oh. Well, I can say one thing, we're having Sunday school, right? Is that right? Yes. Okay, Sunday school is happening on Sunday.
We're having, well, I do know a few things. We're having a board meeting Tuesday night because it got postponed from last week because of the winds.
Sure.
So everybody's welcome. And the sisterhood is meeting on the 19th, everybody's welcome. And that's it. Welcome.
Okay, excellent. Is that it? Are there any other things, as Ira likes to say, that we forgot? I don't know. Well, you know, we just came through our very heavy schedule of holidays and appearances in the community, and oh my goodness, we were busy. And, okay, so that's it for now. If anybody thinks of another announcement that needs to be said, you know, please volunteer before the end comes.
One more announcement here, Rabbi.
Okay,
We gotta make sure we fill that toy box up for the next, the next batch of toys to take to the children's hospital in Zillow.
Okay, and that would be anything except stuffed animals.
No stuffed animals, they can take cosmetics that are new and unopened.
Cosmetics.
Everything is new and
David, when are you going?
When they have the box full, then I'll take them over to the.
Okay, and also with the canned goods for the unperishable canned goods that are not out of date for the,
Beef pack.
the what now?
It's called beef packets.
Burbank Temporary Aid Center.
Thank you. Burbank Temporary Aid Center. See, that's very eruditious. I appreciate it. Oh, and I wrote a new prayer too, which I'm going to share with you very shortly. Okay, let's continue now with the Baruch Hu on page 146.
And the ark is open.
And Margaret is going to open. And we rise for the Baruch Hu. La 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 la. Would you like to do Ahavat Olam?
Not myself, but with you.
Okay, with me it's fine, then you may close and then we'll have to open up again for Shema. Okay, so we're having a seat right now.
What page for Ahavat?
That would be 150.
Thank you.
Is it? Fix it maybe.
Hitting it always helps, right? What was, it had
It's
feedback.
very fuzzy.
Yeah, it had
It's like
feedback.
fuzzy. Well, feedback, but it's fuzzy.
Is it better now?
Well, you have to.
Did you fix it?
You have to talk a little bit closer and then we'll see.
Testing.
Better, yes.
Okay.
You want help, Rabbi?
No, I'm good.
Yes.
Tyrannosaurus Rex arms.
No, it was the other time when you had that huge one. You
Oh,
needed
yeah, that's true. Baruch atah Adonai. You gotta do what you can do. That's what you gotta do. All right, here we are. Now, Ahavat Olam is talking about God's great love for us. You know what? Let's do it in English first, if you don't mind. It's in the middle of page 150. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down, when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. And we'll do that line after when we do the prayer, okay? Go ahead.
if I don't know what you're doing, I will follow you,
Okay,
you know, where those places are.
excellent, okay.
Uh,
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ויורך יומנו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. כי הם חיינו ויורך יומנו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. כי הם חיינו ויורך יומנו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. כי הם חיינו ויורך יומנו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, everyone, ברכו וברוך שמו, אוהב עמו ישראל. Okay, I'm going to ask the congregation a question right now. How attached are you to standing for the Shema? Is that an important thing for you? Because it is not required. It is only done as a custom in this synagogue. Are you okay with not standing up for it, or do you feel like that won't be okay with you?
We want to take a show of hands?
Yes.
Can some stand and some sit?
Give one.
Yes.
One of those.
Okay,
Who's for it?
who says it's okay not to stand up? Okay, who says, oy vey, I want to stand up? Okay, okay, we'll stand up.
Oh, how about if we,
Those who want to do.
yeah, this thing.
Okay, we can try that. That may lead us to a non-communal feeling. But, okay, try it out. Those who would like to stand, and let's not open the ark, because if we open the ark, everybody has to stand.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so those who feel like standing, please rise. Okay, Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto Leolam Vaed. And we turn to, yes, and you may be seated. We turn to page 154 for the Ve'ahavta. Okay. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levacha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Okay, and now I'd like to share with you the prayer I wrote 2 days ago about the fires and about our experience. And if you like it, I'll reproduce it so next time everybody can have a copy. Dear God in heaven, please watch out for and protect those who are impacted by the devastating fires. Be with them as they make their way back to wholeness and stability. May we all find ways to contribute to the eventual healing of individuals and communities that have suffered injury, loss, both physical and emotional. May those in need be comforted. May those who extend the hand of comfort be rewarded with full hearts and new friends. Dear God, be the guardian that protects those who fight the fires and those who are first responders as they run toward danger against their own God-given instincts in order to be of service. Please watch over them to ensure their safety, courage, and strength. We pray for calm. We hope for a complete restoration of the beautiful communities and neighborhoods that have been destroyed in the flash of fire. May we be inspired to find solutions to the undeniable problems of climate change that face us today, so that we can improve our chances of avoiding devastating events like this in future. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, and we continue on page 158 with Micha Mocha, who is like you, O Lord among the mighty. Remember, this is the acronym of the Maccabees. Maccabee, right? Mi Chamocha Bailim Adonai. That's the 4 letters. Maccabee. Yeah. Cool, huh? I like to know stuff. It's good to know stuff.
I like to do stuff.
Yeah.
Sure stuff.
Okay, super.
I'm sorry,
No problem.
I had an itchy mic.
Well, that takes precedence, I would say.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Bye 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 yeah bye 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 yeah bye 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 yeah bye 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 yeah bye 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 yeah bye 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 ni Chamocha Bailim Adonai ni Chamocha Nega Bakodesh Torah יפחד אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, ברוך לנו שמו, גיא ישראל.
Can I ask a favor?
We what?
Can I ask a favor?
What is it?
Can the tambourines be softer? Because I can't hear anybody but the tambourine sound, maybe because I'm up front,
Do you have a tambourine that's a little less loud?
or even if
No, we'll take.
well,
Yes,
or
please.
even if you hold the tambourine and you're still going, that's actually the best thing, is if you hold it and you just, so you have one thing on it.
Well, that might be harder to do than just give them one that doesn't have as much
Yes,
sound.
that's true, but anyway,
Yeah.
that's just an option.
We're cutting you in half there, David.
Understood.
Sorry.
Margaret?
That's
that
fair,
was an
that's fair.
excellent suggestion. Perfect. Let's hear that one. That's good, that's good. Is Shamru?
I know it's like it's a.
No,
It's quieter.
enough said, beautiful, thank you, we're good.
No, I said it was for.
162, everybody.
Perfect.
Take notes, this tells you how to celebrate the Shabbat. Veshamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. And we've come to the moment in our service where we take a minute and ask if anything major happened this week that you want to share. Oh, nothing happened in our weeks. No, there was nothing like a giant fire and crazy scare and all kinds of worry for our friends and families and oh, oy vey. But there might have been some good stuff too. I'm going to start over here and go this way. Anybody ready to talk? Yes, Joanne.
Yeah, well,
Margaret.
I had COVID for about 10 days. I think I got it at the Hanukkah in the foothills. Oh, no. Sissy said there were a couple other people there, but she doesn't got it. Oh. Anyways, the timing was like 3 days after that. But I'm all better now.
Baruch Hashem.
I got the clear, all clear. sister lives in West Hills, and luckily now she and her husband are in Thailand. They're in the evacuation, their home is in the evacuation area, but yeah, have a wonderful son. My nephew went over there and packed up stuff, necessary stuff, and their dogs have the dog sitters, and so they're fine. And my daughter is near it, but on the north end of it, in Chatswood, and they were thinking of leaving town and going to Oxnard. But they're fine and decided to stay.
Okay,
That's all I know.
is it okay if Bunny goes? Oh,
I
Bunny.
don't have any.
I'll pass to Margaret first.
Oh, okay, Margaret first.
Well, the worst thing about the storm personally for me, not within the scare or within anything else, was that somehow within this whole, within the whole storm, I have one of my windows cracked, which I didn't even know. It just,
In your house?
in my house. So I was just kind of like, okay, I heard so many things during that night, so that must have been
Right.
one thing on the side, whatever, or
Goodness.
something smashed, something or other. But the lovely thing was I signed up for this thing in Burbank where they will come in and check your, just how, how your house does, like, is it, what type of ceiling fans, what type of lights, what type of this, what type of that, and it's a free service. And you can sign up for it, and the guys were really, really great. I didn't get all of it because I don't have central air and central heat. I would have gotten a whole bunch more things for free, but it was great. I got 4 new ceiling fans and all sorts of other things.
Take him my
What are you saying? They give you free ceiling fans?
What is this link?
No, it's only for Burbank.
Oh, only
It's only for Burbank. It's
Installed?
one of, oh yeah, they
So
come
they
in,
fix
they
your
do it,
window?
they have to do everything
Oh,
for you. They don't just give it to you, but they will come in, they will do it.
and they don't charge for any of it?
None of it. It is a
Probably
free
do it
service, so if you want to, I will find out somebody came to my door and actually asked me about it, and then I called the people the phone number that they had. And, so I signed up for it, and they're excellent. The service has been doing this with different cities based on these are
Amazing.
national whatever things that are offered. And
Well.
Burbank has got a bunch of money and they want more people to sign up, so.
Uh-huh. So as they say in Hebrew, titchadshi, you should only be renewed by all your new fans. Okay.
Very funny.
Okay, anybody over here would like to say or share? No? Okay. Okay. Oh, Bunny, of course.
Yeah, I
Bunny.
was just gonna say, Rabbi, that, I think this week, the trauma that befell the whole city, and, I was listening today about people blaming this one and blaming that
Oh,
one. and
Lord.
It's just ridiculous, but the one thing that I watched a program the other night, and they were interviewing people that were at the Rose Bowl. And I don't know if you're aware, but they TikTok whatever of these kids or whatever, they put out something and the Rose Bowl became a donation center.
Yes, yes.
And the stuff that is donated would just, it
Amazing.
makes your heart feel so good that there are still people out there. Because my God, the stuff that was donated was unreal. And these people that were interviewed, like the lady said, I have the sweatshirt and my pants and that's it. And the one thing that really struck me was, people fuss about this and they fuss about that. And I thought about Tracy, I guess she's not here tonight.
No.
Tracy and Paul haven't had power all week
I
long.
know.
But
Where do they live?
No complaints about anything, and I asked her if she needed anything or if I could send her anything. No complaints at all.
Are they in Burbank?
Yeah, they live off Riverside Drive.
Oh, what? That's so
But
weird.
there's areas, I noticed tonight, there's still traffic signals in Burbank that are out.
They're still,
I don't
and
know
they're still
why, but they
flashing.
are.
I don't either.
And I think that it made all of us recognize that, yeah, we all had issues,
Oh, yeah.
but nothing like losing your whole home.
Nothing like that.
Nothing like that, and I think it really makes you reflect on yourself and what things are important. And they had them, I was listening to the radio coming here, and they were talking about, you know, FEMA and this and that. And they were talking about people that live in apartments and didn't take out insurance. They're dead meat.
Well, they don't have anything
They
left.
have nowhere to go.
Right.
And they were talking about it, and people don't realize, you know, you live in an apartment and you don't think about how important that is until something like this
Yes.
happens, and then you realize you have nothing now and no backup. So, I mean, I just think it didn't affect me, it didn't affect any of my family members, we are all safe. But
Thank God.
it affected too many other people to not
So many.
affect you.
So
To
many.
not
Yes,
affect you.
that is correct. It affects everyone.
Yes.
Yes. Eileen, and then
I
you.
lost power
You lost power.
for days, couple of days, and I was in the house, and you don't realize, first of all, I got lost coming home from my sister's house because the streets were so dark I couldn't figure out where I was. And I thought, this is like Little House on the Prairie,
Yeah.
and I had an oil lamp, and I thought, well, people used to read with an oil lamp, you know, and I put on the oil lamp, and I thought, you can go blind, I don't know how anybody read with an oil lamp.
Abraham
Yeah.
Lincoln did.
I don't Abraham Lincoln do this.
Well, he suffered from his eyes and of course sadly did not live out his life. So we don't know what would have happened. I'm not sure how old he was in 1863. I don't know.
I know, this is impossible, how did they
Yes.
do this?
Well, they would fashion shades, a kind of a shade that would, you know, direct the light. And, yeah, it wasn't ideal, no doubt about it. Okay, Margaret?
My good thing was that, when the lights went out suddenly and the house was totally black.
Yes.
And, my new neighbors next door, relatively new, they're wonderful. They called and I said, oh yeah, and they brought over and put on my porch a little flashlight.
Oh,
So
so
that,
sweet.
so that I would at least have, cause I have a flashlight, but of course I didn't remember where I left it.
Where it was.
Yeah, we're taking care of that.
Yes.
Okay, Vicki, did you have something to add?
Well, I just wanted to say that our daughter Amy, that you guys have met, her friend from college, they lived in Altadena and they evacuated her and her two kids went to Amy's house in Van Nuys, and then they learned that their whole house burned down, like everything. So a mutual friend started a GoFundMe campaign, and so far they've raised like $28,000 in 2 days.
Isn't that astonishing?
Amazing, and
Wow.
they're still staying at Amy's house, you know, because she's protected, you know, relatively. But it also our power went out, but thankfully we have a solar backup system. And so
That's the best investment we ever made.
we're the only house in the neighborhood with electricity. And it was really great because it is scary to be in the dark.
It is.
So it's also a reminder to get your flashlights, get some solar powered lights outside your house that could be useful if you have to go. Get a go bag going. We got our go bags together at the front door in case we had to evacuate. And also to take photos or video of your whole house and all your possessions. Because if it burns down, the insurance could say, well, we're only gonna give you this because you didn't have that. You know. What?
I said my main code is
Proof,
Yeah.
we need proof. So it's just a really good reminder to be prepared, you know?
Yes.
And to get your stuff ready and have a plan, like, I even parked my car outside our drive, we only have a one-way in and one-way out driveway, and we have huge eucalyptus trees in the driveway, and if a branch fell or a tree fell, we wouldn't be able to get out. So I parked one of the cars outside the driveway just in case, you know? So it was scary though, it was really scary, it's still scary. My neighbor decided last night would be a good night to grill food on his barbecue, and it's like, are you nuts? Yeah, I said, do you want the whole neighborhood to go up in flames?
For your stupid hamburgers? Oh my God.
It's like, I'll buy you a steak later, you
Oh
know?
my Lord.
They're new neighbors, and so he just didn't really realize it.
Yeah.
But
I
still.
didn't realize how incredibly inane that was. And had to be convinced. He had to be convinced. When several neighbors came over and said, do not. Yeah. Oh.
Well, in the case of this power failure that we had in Glendale, I was working on my computer, and fortunately, I had a couple of flashlights on my desk there, so as soon as the power went out, I knew where the flashlights was, so I had light.
Great.
All right, Vayehi Or.
Well, Rabbi, I'm gonna interject one more thing there.
Okay.
To piggyback on what Vicky said. Years ago, I bought these things, I don't know what they're called, guys, but they sell them at Amazon, of course. And I plugged one in every room, upstairs and downstairs, and you just leave them plugged in. And if the power goes out, they have a huge light that comes on.
Oh.
And they're enough to leave in the socket, in the plug socket.
Yeah.
And it lights up the whole room, or you can take it out and use it as a flashlight.
Nice.
And they're great, I think they last about 5 years.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and they're just so simple, you
All
just
right.
stick it in the socket, that's it.
Very good tip.
idea.
Amazon, guys.
Okay.
Amazon, okay.
So
I'm
now,
Amazon, I don't know.
I think we should continue. We have our Misha Berach on page 371. And Margaret is going to open the ark. So bring to mind those who need healing, not the least of which are our fellow Angelinos who are suffering. Also, anyone you know who is ill and needs some divine assistance in their healing. Page 371, the middle of the page. To make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Yisheberach imotenu mikol ha'bracha. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And we turn to page 598, where we have the Mourner's Kaddish. 598. And at this time, we call to mind the anniversary of our friends and acquaintances and family passing. We say the names of the memorial list and the yard sites, and shortly we will recite the Mourner's Kaddish. So the memorial list, which includes President Jimmy Carter, is it Gleinert? Yeah. Ilana Gleinert.
Can we make an addition?
Yes. Leona Zolman, Fran Bernstein, Joel Sussman, Gerald Rosenfeld, Ron Shankman, Ron Caden, Elsie Noodleman, Deborah Fischel, Beverly Craig, Lorinda Bray,
Peter Yarrow.
Peter Yarrow.
Yeah.
He just died. Oh.
He did just die.
Alava Shalom.
And also my mother, Irene Bowen.
Your mother just died?
No, no.
This is a yard site.
Yard site, yes.
What's her name again?
Irene Bowen.
Okay. I'm just wondering if she's on there.
I don't know.
No, she's not.
Okay.
Irene Boehm, William Nathans, Morris Yaris, Joan Kramer, and I'm saying those are the ones from the first week in January because we didn't have those last week. Orvin Schanzer, George Davis, Leona Zolman, Sylvia Becker, and Mayor Nudell. Jodessa, did you have one to add? She's in there. Okay.
She's in there.
Say what?
She's in there.
Ruth Bayer. Okay, very good. So we say the Mourner's Kaddish right now. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malakutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya, Yivarach v'yishtabach v'yitpo'ar v'yiromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama Rabba min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, u'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. And we close the ark, and we have our priestly blessing. Oh, how can this be? Our priestly blessing, which is on page 603.
What about your sermon?
That's what I'm going, how come we're so early? I thought I said it already. Well, you know what? I'm going to do my sermon right now. Right now. So you can just relax for a few minutes here. Okay. Our Torah portion this week is Vayechi. Vayechi means, and he lived. Who's that talking about? Jacob. Jacob, yeah, you could have thought it was Joseph because he's going to be, I think he dies in the end of the Torah portion, but Jacob definitely dies first. And, when the father dies, then that made the brothers of Joseph very nervous because even though Joseph had forgiven them, they thought that they would be punished after their dad died because he wouldn't be there to witness and protect them. But they found out that their brother Joseph really was the wonderful man that he presented himself to be. It is a challenging process to rebuild a relationship with those who have done you harm. We've all had the experience. The initial stage involves acknowledging what was wrong. The next step is working to rebuild trust. In this week's portion, Vayechi, there is still a current of mistrust among Joseph and his brothers. The brothers appear before Joseph and beg for their lives, offering to become Joseph's slaves. They feel that they should be punished for their misdeeds, but fearing death, they are hoping to negotiate a lesser punishment like enslavement. Yet how can Joseph's brothers possibly atone for selling young Joseph into slavery? Think about that. Should they not become slaves themselves? It would be a kind of poetic justice, right? But it would not repair the harm that Joseph had experienced at their hands. We should note that the brothers truly felt remorse for what they had done. They felt that they should suffer the same fate as their brother. And in Genesis 50, chapter 50, verse 18, they ask to be Joseph's slaves, to make reparations to him. But faced with his brother's remorse, Joseph forgives freely without rancor. Joseph answers his brothers, "Although you intended me harm," this is a quote from Genesis, "God intended it for good, so as to bring about the present result, the survival of many people." He understands that they are genuinely sorry and accepts them as they are and where they are. Even though he forgives his brothers, Joseph does not claim that it was nothing. After all, their actions caused severe and lasting damage. Joseph spent his youth in servitude. He may have had scars on his body from the years when he was beaten, or who knows what happened to him. He may still have suffered nightmares. He most certainly felt loneliness and despair. He may have been hurt by the long-time effects of poor nutrition. What they did caused Joseph genuine and lasting harm. Nonetheless, Joseph decides that his earlier experience will not define his life in the future. What a smart decision that is. That's an important point. Though Joseph was indeed a victim, however, it was not his primary identity. At this point, Joseph's life is actually wonderful and truly amazing. He's wealthy, powerful, married, and has children. Forgiveness might be a more difficult task for those who had never gotten past the devastating effects of being torn away from a loving home and sold into slavery against their will. Each person forgives, or not, in their own time and on their own terms. We would have understood if Joseph had decided to exclude his brothers from his life. It is an inspiring and really awesome choice to forgive as he did. Times, roles, and needs change. We cannot stay mired in our past, refusing to change how we view the world. Joseph finds meaning in his life by forgiving his family, and by doing so, he actually enhances his life. He is no longer alone. By choosing to reconcile, he's expanded his family, healed to a large extent, and enriched his life enormously. There are times when you find yourself on the wrong side of a discussion or a painful argument with a relative that may have even misremembered the past and is still blaming you for it. That's happened. I've talked to different people in our own congregation, and I know that's happened. It's happened to me too. People you have known and loved all your life may not be capable of the maturity it takes to move off of their opinions that they have set in stone. There are those in your past who never want to let go of whatever did or did not happen. Each of us has the capacity to eventually transcend our worst impulses, to become the best person we are meant to be. All of us do have that power. Once we're willing to see things from all sides and admit that we were wrong, then we can recover. In my work as a rabbi, I hear all kinds of family stories. Stories of estrangement, betrayal, abuse, forgiveness, and reconciliation. Not every story has a happy ending, but many involve a process of growth and self-understanding. Joseph's story is so moving because he and his brothers managed to outgrow their old patterns and relationships, transforming them into new ways of being. What did it take to change? It took an expression of remorse on the part of Joseph's brothers. That's very important. The one who has wronged you says they were wrong and they're sorry about it and wish they could have done different. And partly it's it's an acknowledgement on Joseph's part that there had been damage. Only after real truth have been expressed openly can trust be reestablished and relationships go forward. When you have a problem like that with someone that you have loved in your life and they refuse to talk about it, I've had that happen to me too, and I'm sure many others. Because some people think, oh, that was so long ago, why do we have to talk about it? You know, just forget it and so on. Hey, you and I both know, every time you remember that feeling of what happened, the whole thing comes up again, and you experience the same hurt and victimization. And it's almost a double victimization when the person will not discuss it. I have people in my life who have made those choices, and you know, you can't change them. You have to accept them, as Joseph did, where they are, and try to let that go, but realize that it isn't healed because it is not being allowed to be healed. If you can talk about what happened, discuss it through, then you can let it go, give it up, and say, I forgive you. And it is gone like water under the bridge. But if it's not allowed to, it just never goes away. With Parshat Vayechi, we conclude the narrative of the book of Genesis. It's the last parsha in the book of Genesis. Virtually from the beginning, there has been strife within the families. Jealousy, hurt, competition, anger, violence, even murder. Cain and Abel, Isaac and Ishmael, Jacob and Esau, Leah and Rachel, and of course, Joseph and his brothers. It is a graphic presentation of how dysfunction in one generation breeds dysfunction in the next. But here in Parshat Vayechi, as the Genesis narrative draws to a close, finally we find a note of hope. In Hebrew we call that nechamta. I love that word, nechamta, a note of hope. Not only is there some semblance of reconciliation between Joseph and his brothers, but before Jacob's death, their father Jacob himself places his hands on the sons of Joseph, Ephraim and Manasseh, and he blesses them. As many interpreters have noted, Ephraim and Manasseh were the first generation to break the pattern of enmity. As they enjoyed a peaceful and loving relationship all their whole lives together. To this day, we bless our children each Shabbat and holy day by remembering these two brothers along with the four matriarchs. And we say, may God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah. It is often said that we learn by example. We watch our elders, our parents, our grandparents, extended family, teachers, public figures, and other role models in our lives. And we try to emulate them. Sometimes, though, when our personal heroes engage in negative behavior, it inevitably happens, but hopefully we'll be able to learn from them by negative example. We and those who come after us need not to doom ourselves to repeating the mistakes and bad behavior of generations past. All of us have the power to improve and do better. This is a core value and belief of our Jewish life and tradition. With this week's parashah, we close out our reading of the book of Genesis. As we conclude every book in the Torah, we proclaim with strength and hope as one people, Chazak, Chazak, Benit Chazek. Very good, Robyn. Everybody together. Chazak, Chazak, Benit Chazek. And it means be strong, be very strong, and we shall strengthen each other. Amen.
Amen.
Can we sing a song? What would be our song now? We didn't sing Hevenu Shalom Aleichem.
We didn't.
No?
Then maybe we should sing that.
Okay,
And
I
we-
love that one.
And don't, we should,
Yeah.
the,
Warner Scottish.
no, we did Warner Scottish. What do we do? Elena.
Yeah, what's going on today? I see what I did. How I missed all of what I missed. You know, it's hard when you're just one person. Like, you know, go to VBS, okay? There's 10 people on the stage.
Oh my God.
There's 3 rabbis, 2 cantors. They got a guy running the service. They got another guy supplying everybody with what they need. Nobody has to think. But I'm supposed to remember every darn thing. Oh, well. That's okay, because we're Hamish, and we can do it. And we have Aleinu. Well, let's do Aleinu, and then we'll do Hevenu.
So,
Aleinu, just a second,
Do we
is
open
on
the ark?
586, and yes, we have to open up the ark. 586. This happened.
That's why you got all of us to remind you.
There you go. Right, we were talking about the fire. It is a distracting item, no doubt. Okay.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol,
לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל עמונה. 586. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 588. שהוא נותן שמיים ויוסר הארץ ומשה יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגבהים מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אינו אין מלכנו וסולתו, כתוב בתורתו ודעת היום והשמותה אל לבבך. כי אדוני הוא אלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחתינו. Page 591. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד Shalom Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom. And we join up in a minute for Onin Shabbat.
Mark, thank you for reminding us.
Yes, it takes a village.
That's right.
Margaret?
I totally wasn't about reaching out a lane. I'm not into it.
Obviously.
No one is.
This is English.
I know.
Okay, well, Leonard, there's a lot of L names.
Go back. Yeah, and my mother was, was Catholic, and then I was the situation, and my brother said, okay, I'm gonna ask you to read that. Yes, so, and you can just put, you gotta do
The last, or
Did you get the heat can?
you can put it by the containers
Okay.
near the door.
That'd be great.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, yes. So anyway, we'll talk about it more.
Okay, I will help you.
Yeah.
Connected to the.
Yeah? How about you?
Margaret, you missed it. This dog put on a show.
Was your house
She
okay?
was so good. She was so good.
Get my cashmere towels.
I mean, I don't know. I've never seen it, but it's so good. So that
Yeah. Same here.
I have a pair of brown and white clothes like that too. I love clothes from the 30s and 40s.
So cute with a
It's under feet.
Oh, yeah.
I still have the best from the suits.
I have to take the time to
You can still fit them.
Yeah, those fit, but the jacket is not. You look great.
Oh, thank
I've
you.
missed you since the high
Yeah.
court.
You let us have a rest occasionally?
Yeah. How so?
So of course, Howard from the choir.
Yes, yeah. Working at Friday nights. I had
Now, when it's still shut off and
my face last Tuesday.
I know the band is really
It
good.
blends in,
I
yeah.
know.
There's no bump there.
I don't recognize it now.
75 years ago.
You're satisfied? I've had those myself.
Oh, good for you. Lesbian. You're the first one to do that. The second.
2 weeks.
Oh, wow. I've heard about that. Soon after.
I wanted to do that because I'm a swimmer. I had to wait 6 weeks after the last one
Yeah,
in order to go back to the pool.
yeah, right.
Let's go there
Yes,
so we can.
yes. Oh, good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, please come as much as you can, we love having you.
Oh, thank you, that's kind of you, I appreciate that, I take that to heart.
It's a lovely spirit, love to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very well.
You do a great job.
Yes, Mom, give me tummy rubs, I love tummy
What
rubs.
did she say? Just say.
Oh, serves and, it's, like you put your stamp on it, it's not just I wrote.
Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I believe you want to make it, Sidur mitzvah, you ameliorate the mitzvah.
Yeah.
Make it the most beautiful that you can.
Okay, fine, Howie.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Margaret. Thank you. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you back. I wish they would close up on
Hey, yeah, that's all we can ask for.
How you doing, Mark? This chair is right straight ahead over there.
Shalom. Ereinu Shalom Aleichem. Ereinu Shalom. Ma tovu manayim sheve'achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tovu manayim sheve'achim gam yachad. Ereinu Shalom Aleichem. Ereinu Shalom. Mark Goodman, you know it. How are you doing? Ereinu Shalom Aleichem. Aleichem Ereinu. Aleichem Ereinu. Aleichem Ereinu. Shalom. Are you kidding? I don't sing. Okay. Came Berach Adonai and Yom HaShabbat Vayika Hashem. Sabrim Chamerai. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei every hakafen. Amen. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher b'shanu mitzvotav v'chatzavanu. V'shabbat ha'rishon v'ahavat ratzon v'yiranu. Zikaron lema'aseh be'reishit. Kilu yom tevilah le'Yisrael kodesh. Zeh eretz Yisrael Mitzrayim. Ikanu v'charta v'elkanu v'kidashta v'kohanim. V'shabbat koshecha v'yahavu ratzon v'chaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh Hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
You need help, I'll tell you how to do it.
Hotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. That's his hey. That's right. Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, what's your name? I just want your belly rub.
No added sugar, so it's a really Well, I'll have your cell phone, so I guess I'll be able to teach you. I have a good friend who lives in downtown New York. I was up there, I loved it. It was over the streets. Yeah, the highways there from hotel.
I'll look one right there. Okay.
Because of the winter, yeah. Well, I've been along for many years. We sing the word Hebrew. It's an ancient name for God. A lot of people haven't heard of it.
Oh, yeah, that sounds.
I don't find any conflict in Judaism, but I follow this and I do a daily meditation. I close my eyes, place my attention for frontwards between my eyes, at the third eye, and I sing. And thank you. tell you this. We have our worldwide convention every October at the Minneapolis Convention Center. And our temple, since 1990, was constructed in nearby Chanhassen. I think I may have mentioned this. And it's still there. It's the planetary center. It's the international center for making art. 30, 40 miles away. Dinner, I heard about it. And Prince also lived there. Well, the Temple Beth is in Canada. And it created a lot of controversy when it first moved in because most of the and they thought we were a cult. And we're not. We've been around for a long time. Is it plain?
Anyway, it's from a map.
I better have a plain.
Someone just raised us.
Not really.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So Amy had to be evacuated for the fire. Oh my goodness.
So nice to know Shannon. Is she the greatest? You should only know. You know, it's a shame to save all the compliments for their. You don't want to save all that for you, and you want to tell the person right to their face. You're wonderful, okay? You know what I heard? Yeah. And I thought that was amazing. It's so respectful. It's so bipartisan. So reach across. So, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Also Mondale's son. Oh. Yes. Great. Eulogy. Mondale. Yeah, I didn't get to hear all the eulogies. I heard. Well, I'm going to Which one did she say? Well, I understand. It's a smart way of looking at it. Don't worry, you find it. I'm gonna just get one of these.
We're going to need powers off. The thing is, Alameda is quite busy, near the pavilions there. Well, on the first day of the winter, the power was compromised. Started to come down there. They came out, they closed down Alameda for 2 days. That's almost unheard of. They're closing down Alameda, it's a main thoroughfare for the paramedics and everything. And I watched them do it. It took them 2 days. They cut it off. They got up on this huge crane. I couldn't believe Burbank had equipment. And they got up there like that. They cut down the old pole, little by little, but well stuff. And lowered it to the ground. And they put up a new.
That's crazy.
These guys were running the stands around and drinking coffee. These guys were serious. They were serious.
I know that.
You go visit your food. Go. Give you an excuse to go and visit Oklahoma.
That was in 20.
surprised that you're looking at me now. Sure, sure. Of course, you gotta give the body a chance to heal. You're looking good tonight. Nice and coordinated outfit. I like it. And but in Minneapolis, what kind of group do you do there? We have a place. You have a place. Wondering how people do it. Right. Heard of it, yeah.
Hasta la vista. Yo,
Long-term
Mexico,
living,
Mexico, my
maybe
home.
5 months. I don't know.
Yeah, right. That's for sure. Okay.
Great.
That's right.
They're not like Los Angeles. It's like you'll be in like heaven.
Oh,
A lot of
Jason's
Tibetans
his grandson.
live in Minneapolis. And there's the home of Target. Yes. Is there where is it? Kmart. No, Target. Target. I went into their store. It's nearby Chicago. Original.
Yes, he was. No, he's the first one.
I was there about the same time, saw the same thing at the show. I did, about the same year.
What about what?
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna believe that. I think that is a gross symbol.
All the presidential streets are, I used to love going there during the holidays when I first left, and during Christmas season, because they dress up the windows, and it's so beautiful, and
And with his own church, built houses for
what about you, everyone?
and also, cradles for his grandchildren.
I think Jack London died in 1916. He was about 46 years old, 42, and he had been all over the world. He's the simplest, simple guy. Quite an amazing I tried to go, I have no audio books.
Coalesce right now.
I'll tell you what, there's a short story
Taking the eye off when we,
all about
now
a guy who was going 40 miles in the Yukon, and it was starting to get cold and the weather started to get hot. They get there, and they have fire and food and this center, this cabin, all about we're so happy and then these guys were and then he had to go build this fire above his wonderful.
Wonderful. That's a beautiful retreat program. And you know what?
Look up on the internet, go Jack London quotes, or I'll be a comment. You'll find it things.
God bless you. I probably did say I visited her a lot.
We were asked to do a program of we sang for 45 minutes, sang all holiday songs. And by the end, our throats were going, I didn't stop. We had a great time. There was a Santa put on by one of the senior centers over there in Van Nuys. It's called the One Generation Center. It's a big thing that's been there for a while. They do a lot of good work. They're funded by LA. They have farmers market on Sunday. They have child development center and so forth. So we were asked to make the affiliate. We have our shows there, and they asked for. We said we do it. And we're one of the featured quartet. And there's no pay there, but goodwill for our group. We did it on behalf of our group. And they gave us dinner, and they fed us, so that was fun.
On Thursdays, they have a fun folk singing class. Yeah, it's awesome. It's $20 membership for 1 year, and then you can go to any class you want to.
matter.
Okay.
Well, it's like, yeah, I mean, the last, here's the last sentence. And it was not. Yeah, well, I went and I decided everybody on our street decided to take all their stuff from their yard and put it out in trees. So that, and I guess everybody's hoping that they're gonna come on Monday for school. Clean your street, and don't clean my street. Well, that's for the perfect, but I don't know what they're gonna do about actually picking it up or not. So we'll see, everybody. Yeah, so we'll see what they're gonna do.
Oh, is it? Oh.
I don't think
How do we turn that off?
the report, everything is left out.
Well,
I don't know,
I'll get Vicky.
Yeah.
You need to do anything? We have a friend, and I said, you know, I adore Howard. Everybody adores Howard.
right.
And I said, but he needs a woman, not me.
Please.
I'm not, you know,
Yeah.
auditioning for the job. But he's moving back east. And his sister's there. His sister will prod him into doing things. This Howard, yeah, he's from the other day. He's born in Minnesota. He's from Minnesota, and his only relative is a sister. So it makes sense. But you know, so I kind of laughed. So this friend of mine said, I said, like, he had Sirius Radio, and I said, nobody pays what you're paying for Sirius Radio. Are you crazy? And so he said, I said, you call up and you tell them, I don't want to pay this. What can I pay? And so this other friend said, I won't call and beg. I said, I don't want to pay this.
Okay, well, if you're gonna keep my card, I don't own it.
Exactly.
And I don't give you something.
My friend said it's negotiable. She said, well, I know I can get cheaper